Now we go on to the other aspect, integral chakra psychology. Okay, so today we'll just introduce the topic over here. So slowly as we go ahead, we just discuss a little bit about the different aspects of psychology, etc. The basics of chakra, etc. They're all discussed in the emo energy workshop. But today we just relate with the word chakra. How many of you have heard the word chakra? What happened? Okay. You deal with that? You work on chakras? Fine. Okay. So chakras, if we see, lots of meanings to it. But can we see that the chakra relates to the energy aspect? This much we can understand? Fine. Can we relate energy to potentials? So over here, if you can just understand, the chakras relate to certain potentials within us. Okay, and if we just stretch that a little further, it's like we have infinite potentials within us. Okay, so first thing is awareness, realization. First of all, we are not aware of our own potentials, right? So right now you are all aware? I told you, no, you are aware of the potentials. So now your problems are resolved? Still no. Why? So first thing is awareness. This much is clear. So only awareness does not help. There is something more also. How many of you believe in your potentials? I have this potential. So the question second is, do I have faith in my potentials? So again, if I have the faith, my problems are going to resolve. So I'm aware of the potentials, but only awareness is not going to help us. The question is, do I really have faith in my potentials? Fine. So the second step is developing the faith in that potential. And once I have the faith, then the next thing, the technique or the skill, how to use these potentials. Right? So that comes third. So now think about it. What is this program about now? What will be done in this program? First of all, an awareness. So right now I made you aware, okay, there are potentials. But then we have to find out my faith in my potentials. So this program will be about identifying my faith and working on my faith in my potentials, strengthening it wherever it is falling short. And then lastly, once the faith is developed, how to actually implement on it, utilize that faith to work on any area that I want for myself. So that will come later on simultaneously. Okay, so this is how we would be dealing one by one in this program. Now one thing I would suggest you is that in this program, you are not supposed to take anything from me just because I am saying it. In this program, we are going to use some logic. Okay? So logic, in a sense, we are going to discuss certain things. I am going to put forward a point. Then after that, in a sense, we go further and try to understand why am I saying so. So one I'm expecting out of you is, if there is something which you don't understand, it does not appeal to your logic, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to ask questions. No, don't walk away. Okay? So if there is anything that doesn't appeal to your logic, you are supposed to ask questions. Fine? So again, when I say we have all the potentials, so why did you accept it? Okay. So any proof for that? Okay, great. So we have some personal experiences. So there was a problem. Initially I thought, okay, I cannot work on this problem, but then somehow I learned something about it and then I could resolve that problem. So this is in a limited way, but still it shows us some problems that, okay, if there are problems, then they can be worked upon. Okay. We have similar experiences with other people also. So how many times does it happen that I come with a problem and I believe, oh, this problem cannot be worked upon. This problem is going to stay with me for lifelong. Why? Because, okay, look at me, I'm like this is happening in my life. No, this way this problem cannot get resolved. And then somewhere down the line we see people around us and we see people who are far worse than us, in worse situations than us, and still in spite of that we find these people working on similar problems and reaching greater heights than what I can do for myself. Do we see that? So if the other person can do that, why can't I do that? There is something that I am missing. If it is possible for the other person, then certainly I can learn from that person, I can implement something in my life and I can come up in life. Okay, so think of it. Whatever excuses, whatever reasons I'm giving for my problems, am I the only person in this world who's facing this problem? Are there people who can be in severe, worse conditions than this? Are they able to create something beautiful even in that situation? Okay, so can we realize, yes, potentials are there, or rather than potentials, let us use the word possibilities. There is a possibility. Fine. Along with that, there is one more sentence in the Upanishad. What is it? Aham Brahmasmi. How many of you have heard this before? Little bit. Fine. What does it mean? What does the phrase mean? Sorry? I am the Brahma. Okay, I am Brahma. Fine. What is Brahma? So Brahma relates to one God who is the creator. Or in a sense, can we see that in a sense, there is I have the potential to create. When I say that I am Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi, in a way it relates to the potential within me to create. So I am Brahma, or in other words, I have the potentials to create. So I have the potential to create whatever I want. Right? I can create whatever I want. Right? Now, which tense is this? I can create whatever I want. Which tense is this? I can create. It's a future. I can. It's not in the present. It's in the future. I want. I can. Right now, it's not I have created. I'm creating. That is a present. I can. So it's in the future. It's not yet happened. So what about the present? What about the creation that is in this present moment in my life? Who has created this? Now, can we understand this? When we relate with potentials, we always look into the future. Oh, I can do this. That is one aspect. But the other aspect is that whatever is present in my life as of today, who's responsible for that? So I'm responsible for everything that is present in my life at this moment also. So who has created the mess in my life? Who has created the problems in my life? So potentials has these two aspects. So it's not that, okay, I can create something, but who has, no, this is not me, this is you. I have not created this mess. You have created this mess for me. No, it does not mean that. Okay? So, when we talk in terms of potentials, we have to see it in both ways. Something about the present, something about the future. And at the same time, I have to own something about my present moment also. Okay? So, that includes the various problems that I have today. So, do I have problems in relations today? Okay, so who's partly responsible for that? There is also some of my responsibility in it. Is my health affected today? So if that health is affected today, I have some partly responsibility.